All right, everybody. So today we are going to talk about mixing the live stream here at Manoa Community Church, and we're going to cover a little bit about buses. All right. So let's start just looking at the board down here. As you can see, we are selected on our groups/DCAs. Okay, and that's this guy. Everybody at church knows what that is. It's basically like a group control for a bunch of things. We're not going to use that super in depth except for lowering and raising volumes of specific things such as instruments, vocals, or drums, or some other things. So let's talk about buses. First off, there is one big bus that everything goes to all the time, and that is our main, okay? So this over here is controlling that big main bus. There's also this tiny thing right here that no one really uses here at church, but you could use it to control levels and stuff in our main bus. Okay, so let me go over to buses 1 to 8 right here. This is our secondary buses, right? Like these are the things that aren't as obvious as the mains, but we do use them, okay? So first you got stream left and right. We use that every week. Then you got your sub, which is the subwoofer that sits on the stage. There's 2 of them. And we also have this speaker to ear, which is a bus we're using so that the people using in-ears can hear the speakers as in people talking. And here's a drum bus, which it has the overhead channel and the drum pad in it, okay? We never use this monitor bus, but it is here just in case we need it. All right, so what's the point of buses? The point of buses is to send these channels, all of these guys, to something that isn't the main mix, okay? So for instance, the biggest one that we use is the live stream. It's very important that we have a separate bus for the live stream because we are mixing it differently than we mix the house. For instance, there's no drums sitting in someone's living room at their house playing. Obviously down here we have a drum set. So maybe we're not putting it in the mains as much, but we need it to go into the live stream, okay? That's why we have these buses. That's why we're mixing something separately. All right, so how do we actually mix this bus? So in the basic sense, most basic, what we have to do is be selected to bus 1 to 8. Then we have to select the channel. Then, very important, you have to hit sends on fader. And what that's saying is, down here to these fader, it's going to show us what's being sent to this bus. And now, these are linked in stereo, left and right, so you only have to select one of them, and it will show you the sends to it, all right? So here we go. I'm going to hit sends on fader, and this is going to switch. Okay. So now, we are officially on our stream left and right bus, okay? So now this is showing what is going here, stream left and right, all right? And that is very important. That is what you want to see, okay? You want to see this guy blinking. You want to see that you're selected on one of these. And now you're able to mix the live stream. Okay, great. All right, let's talk now about some mistakes that happen when we're doing this sends on fader and sending stuff to different things. Okay, first mistake is not making sure that you're selected on whatever you want to send stuff to. Okay, so when I want to send stuff to the stream, I need to be selected on the stream and then hit sends on fader. Okay, this is 100% stream. As soon as I select something else and sends on fader is still on, I'm going to change what I'm sending to. So let's say I hit this bus button. Now, sub button. Now look, everything has changed. This is what I'm sending to the sub, okay? Now, here's another funky one. Let's say I'm over here, I still have sends on fader, and I select one of these channels. This is going to mess things up as well, because now if I hit select here, all that's going to change. But over here, it's literally going to be showing me what that specific channel is being sent to over here. Okay, very confusing. Just don't do that, all right? Make sure that when you want to send something to a bus, you have this selected and you hit this button, sends on fader, okay? And it'll show you what's sending there. As soon as you're done mixing one of these buses, hit sends on fader again. Just get that out of the way. Otherwise, it'll be very confusing, okay? Second mistake is muting and unmuting stuff, all right? Right here is our mute groups. This affects all buses, okay? So if I unmute these instruments, it is unmuted in the house. It is unmuted in all of these buses. So you do not have to go in here, sends on fader, and mute stuff. Don't do that. Even though it's not lit up, I know, or it is lit up. If you hit this mute group, if you hit this button, see, it didn't change, right? It didn't change the colors, but it is still muted, okay? It is still muted. So don't go in here to this bus, to the stream bus, and start muting these guys. No. Just use this mute group right here, okay? Now, it is the same as well if you are here on without sends and fader, but you have this unmuted. If you start going here, because this is without sends on fader, this is to the mains, okay? So this is, right now I'd be mixing the mains in the house. If I go here and hit mute, like let's say I mute this acoustic, okay, it's muted in the house. It will also mute in the stream, even though it doesn't light up when you hit sends on fader, okay? So mutes are universal. They mute for everything, all right?